Hello students, let us understand the planning system in artificial intelligence. What the planning system is. It is one of the search strategies in artificial intelligence. As we know, in a problem solving process, in a state space representation, an initial state is given, a goal state is given, is a set of operators, a sequence of operators which will lead us or take us from initial state to the goal state. Given the initial state and the goal state, we require a path which will lead us or lead the system from the initial state to the goal state. Those sequence of operators which perform these transformation is said to be the solution path. So we can say planning is a process of generating solution steps for a problem solving. Once the solution is obtained, then it is actually implemented in the real world. So planning is an algorithm or is a process which will give us the sequence of operations or action that will be implemented in a state space, and that will take the system from the initial state to the goal state. There are two ways in which the search can be performed in the state space. One is in the forward direction and the other is in the backward direction. When we look for a solution and we start from the initial state and move towards the goal state, that is said to be the forward direction search. But when we start from the goal and move backwards towards the initial state, that is said to be the backward search or goal driven search. Interestingly, planning is a combination of both the search strategies. We'll understand as we'll see. Why do we need a planning system? There are so many search strategies which is given in artificial intelligence problem solving process. But whenever we have a higher degree complex problem, we decompose it into the smaller parts and solve each part separately. So when we break the problem into smaller parts, we have to solve each part to obtain a total solution. So solving each part is actually nothing but it forms a compound goal, or it is a sequence of goal or order of sub-goals which should be satisfied by the planning system. Each sub-goal is solved, it should be satisfied, and total solution is obtained by aggregating the result of all the goals. Again, important parameter to understand over here is each of these part or sub-goals, they are independent or dependent of each other. If they are independent, then the problem is still simpler. But if these subparts are interacting with each other, then the problem is more complex. We'll understand the planning system with the help of a very conventional problem known as a block world problem, where blocks with nomenclature are placed on the table. Robot arm has to arrange the blocks in a defined pattern. There are four set of operations which are available with the robot arm. That means it can pick up a block X from the table, it can put down a blocks on the table, it can stack a block X on a block Y, it can remove block X from block Y, that is known as an unstack operation. And state space is described through the set of predicates. We'll use some predicates to describe a state space. For example, diagrammatically it is given, we have four blocks which are kept on the table. This is the initial state, and we want the robot arm to arrange the block in this particular pattern. That means A over B and D over C. So if we look into this as a total goal, then we divide this goal into two parts. That is one goal, one of the sub-goal is on AB and another sub-goal is on DC. These two sub-goals in this particular example 1, they are independent of each other. Order of sub-goals do not interact, do not hamper the working of the other. We can either achieve on AB first or on DC, or on DC first and later on AB. So order of sub-goal here is not that significant. But we'll see in the other example how the order of the goal or how these sub-goals they interact with each other. Let us take another example. Again, we are given a block with ABC and a robot arm is there, not shown in the figure, but we assume that robot arm is there and robot arm has to arrange the blocks to attain this state. If we compare this example 2 with the previous example, what we find here, two sub-goals. We have to obtain A has to be placed on B and B has to be placed on C. These two sub-goals are not independent of each other, meaning we cannot achieve on AB unless and until we have achieved on BC. Here the order of sub-goal becomes significant and important, and sub-goals they are interacting with each other. If I attain on AB first and then on BC, then while doing on A, B, C, on AB will be last. We have to remove A from B, then only we can place B on C. So here the goal ordering is important. These sub-goals, they interact with each other and they are said to be more complex problem. And here is exactly where the planning system comes into our rescue. So these are two scenarios. Example one, where the sub-goals are independent of each other. Given a total goal to be solved, we can solve these two sub-goals independently in the example one. And given a goal G, we cannot solve these examples independently because there is a dependency among these two. Ordering of sub-goals is important over here. So this is a place where planning system plays a very important role. So before understanding again, taking the planning algorithm, let us further understand the block world in more detail. We define different actions which will be implemented by the robot arm. Pick up X, and we'll describe what are the predicates which will be true before the action and what will be the predicates which will be true after the action. As we can say, pick up X, before this pick up X operation is implemented, the robot arm must be empty and X should be clear. So it is given by the predicates arm empty and clear X. Once this operation is executed, we have a state like this, and after this the predicate holding X will become true. So for each action we have a set of predicates which must be preconditions. We define the preconditions which must hold before executing this operator. Once this operator is executed, there are a set of predicates which will become true after the execution of an operator. So we must be familiar with these sequence or these set of preconditions for each and every operator. This is one of an operator. So next operator is put down. Before we say put down, the set of predicate which must be true in order to execute this action, arm must be holding X. So holding X must be true. Then only we can implement put down X. And once this is implemented, arm will be empty and X will be clear. So these are the predicate which will become true after the execution of an action. Similarly, we can say for stack XY, the holding X and Y should be clear. Once the stack XY is executed, these predicates must be true. Similarly for unstack XY. So what is important in this slide is we all must understand for every action there is a set of predicate which must be satisfied before we can implement this action. So they are said to be the precondition. For example, these two are arm empty and clear X are the precondition for pickup X. Holding X and clear Y are the precondition for stack XY. So on and so forth. So we must understand these preconditions are essential. They must be satisfied before an action is implemented. So planning system is nothing but it is an algorithm which will automatically generate the sequence of steps of a particular problem. It will recommend us that these sequence of steps or action must be implemented in order to solve the problem, and this is done automatically. There are two ways to solve the problem. One is a linear planning and the other is a non-linear planning. In the linear planning, we'll be studying goal stack planning. It makes use of a stack to solve each sub-goal, and non-linear planning works in a parallel manner. An algorithm is the tweak algorithm. So let us first understand the goal stack planning. This is the initial state. We have 4 blocks on the table and arm is empty, and this is the goal state that we want to achieve on AB and on DC. And on table A, on table B, on table C and on table D is given by this. So what do we do is we start, since because this is a backward processing search strategy says that we start with a goal state. So we start with a goal state, whatever goals we want to achieve, we'll push those goals onto the goal stack. We maintain one goal stack over here and then we pop each of these sub goals. We try to identify what action will match in order to satisfy this predicate. We'll insert that action and we'll insert its precondition, and again we'll pop the sequence of precondition whether it is satisfied in the current state or not. So let us proceed and try to understand. So these are the two sub goals that we want to achieve. So we'll push these two sub goals onto the stack on AB and on DC. We'll push each of these individually onto the stack like this on DC and on AB. Now these two sub goals we want to achieve. On the top of the stack we have this as a sub goal. We pop one of the entity from the stack. When we pop one of the entity from the stack, it is on AB. On AB is satisfied, no on AB is not satisfied. So what action can actually give us on AB true? The action which can give on AB true is a stack AB. So stack AB is again pushed onto the stack, but stack AB cannot be put into the planning step directly, because stack AB again requires certain precondition. So we push all those preconditions of a stack AB into the goal stack, and we try to satisfy each of these preconditions. And whenever we check whether these preconditions are satisfied or not, we check it with the current initial state, or whatever is the current state. Right now we are in the initial state. So again, let us check each of these preconditions one by one. We pop them from the stack. B is clear. Yes, B is clear, so we pop it out. Holding A is true. Holding A is not true. So which action will make holding A true? Pick up A. So we'll push pick up A into the stack. We won't again include this into the plan right now. First, we have to look into the preconditions of pickup A. Preconditions of pickup A is arm empty and clear A. So we'll check for arm empty and clear A one by one, and we'll see whether it is satisfied in the current state scenario or not. A is clear, yes, A is clear. Arm is empty, yes, arm is empty. So A is clear, we'll pop it off. Arm is empty, we'll pop it off. And both these goals are satisfied, we'll pop it off. Now the first action that can be introduced into our planning step is the pickup A. And when we say pickup A, now our state which we'll achieve is this. Robot arm will pick up A. And we'll remove this pickup A from the stack. So next item which is popped from the stack is holding A and clear B. Compare and see whether these conditions are satisfied from the current state. Holding A is satisfied, yes, and B is clear, yes. Since both these are satisfied, we'll pop this out, and now the next operation that we have is stack AB. So stack AB is the next action which is included into the plan. We'll implement stack AB, and it is removed from the stack, and this is what exactly we get as a current state. So A is stacked onto the B. So again in the stack we have on AB which is satisfied now. Next is on DC. On DC is satisfied? No, it is not satisfied. So which action will make this predicate true? Stack DC operation. So we push stack DC into the stack, goal stack. We'll push its precondition into the stack, holding D and clear C. We'll push each of these preconditions separately, and now we pop the stack and try to match whether the precondition is satisfied or not. Holding D is satisfied? No, it is not satisfied. So which operation will make holding D true? Pick up D. So we'll insert pick up D onto the stack, and again we'll insert its preconditions. So preconditions of pick up D is arm empty and clear D. We'll make each of it, we'll push each of them into the stack, and again we'll check. D is clear, yes, D is clear. It is popped. Arm is empty, yes, arm is empty. It is popped. Again we'll check arm is empty and D clear. Yes, both the things are satisfied. So next action we'll pop is pick up D, and it will be included into the plan. And this is what your state space now looks like. D is being picked up by the arm, and this action is now popped off from the stack. So next item onto the stack is clear C. Again check C is clear. Yes, C is clear. So it is popped out. It is satisfied. Both these conditions are satisfied. Holding D and clear C. Yes, it is popped out. And now we have stack DC is the action. We take out this action and we include it in over the plan, stack DC. Stack DC is done, and now D is stacked onto the C. Stack DC is now removed from the goal stack. Remaining is on AB is satisfied. Yes, on AB is satisfied. On DC is satisfied. Yes, on DC is satisfied. We'll remove this from the goal stack, and this is the plan which we have got. The system recommends these sequence of action to be followed in order to move from the initial state to the goal state. We started with the backtracking. We started with the goal that we wanted to achieve. We pushed these compound goals onto the stack and their preconditions, and we tried to satisfy each of them by identifying which set of action will satisfy those preconditions. And once the preconditions were satisfied, those actions were popped and included into the plan. And this sequence of a plan is a sequence of steps which is recommended by the goal stack planning. That is, before now in the real world domain, we can follow the sequence in order to move our system from this state to this state. So stack is empty, goals are achieved. The algorithm which is over here is we push the compound goals onto the stack, pop from the stack. If the popped element is a predicate, we see whether predicate is satisfied with the current state or not. If yes, we don't have to do anything. Otherwise, we identify an action which is needed to satisfy the predicate and we push that action onto the stack. Also, along with that action, we also push the set of preconditions that is needed to satisfy that action. If the popped element is an operation or an action, we include it into the plan and continue the loop. If the stack is empty and all the subgoals are satisfied, then plan is generated. I hope you have understood.